Hey, it is Patreon exclusive video today. It's Ken, and I'm having a fun time because half of my face is numb from Novocaine. So I just got back from the dentist. They did a little bit of work and numbed my face, and this has been the most exciting video I've done in a while because it's like a challenge for me just to talk. But the lighting's a little bit dark right now because the farther back I go, the better it'll look. I just need a little light over here so I won't look like I'm in the shadows. I hope you guys are having a great 2019. I have been thinking about revamping. Actually, there's no thinking about. I want to go over in the next week or two, I want to go over Patreon with a fine-tooth comb, and we need to update it. I need to update it because I haven't updated the Patreon page since I put it out there. And I want to revamp the things that are working, remove the things that aren't, and continue forward so we can keep pushing it forward. And last but not least, before I give you your lesson, I also want to just say, thank you so much for sticking with me. It really does mean a lot. And Patreon is basically how I pay most of my rent. Now, I've been doing a lot of performances lately, and that's been fantastic because it just helps me stay afloat. But Patreon still at its core is the thing that pays most of my rent here. So I'm really thankful for everyone that has helped contribute. If there's something I can do, if there's something I can teach, if there's something you want to know though, be sure to connect with me and contact me because I'm always thinking about new material that I think that you guys would find useful. So, with that said, and one more thing, Flowtrix games, I'm still working on that too. That is going to be a big thing that I hope will help revitalize Flowtrix because I can't even say flow, my lip just falls dead. But yeah, Flowtrix games, we'll get into that. Let's just go ahead, and today I wanted to work on combos. Not just any combos, but we have been working on quadrant work like this. So what I'm going to do is we're going to basically go over some combos that integrate some quadrant work as well as other things. We're going to start off, some of them will be basic and some of them won't be. This is kind of a follow along. Every time I say an F, my lip just goes, it's so funny. So what we're going to do is we're going to stand with our hand over here. This is going to be the first combo. Boom, boom, boom. It's very simple. We're going to slash down, front to back hand roll horizontal, front to back hand roll horizontal, and back up diagonal. So that's combo one. And we're just going to do it 10 times. 2, 3. I'm going to slow down, sorry. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Not too bad, right? Now we're going to do another combo. It's just going to be here, 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 here. So it's kind of the same thing. We're striking down, but we're not doing a hand roll across. We're just doing bounces this one. So 1, 2. It's almost like an hourglass that we pull back to the top. So alternating hip, same hip, deltoid, shoulder. Go. 1, 2. Now a little trick to this, 3, is if you keep it close to your center, you can use your body sway to get more speed. 4. 5. So if I use my hand, it requires more force. 6. But if I give it a little bit of twist while I keep this in my center, then my center creates the force. 7. 8. 9. And 10. All right, next up what we're going to do is we're going to spin it like this. I'm going to take a 180-degree step. We're going to pass it over to the other side. So basically it's a pinwheel pass. We've done this before. We've done a lot of these before. I'm hoping that you kind of have a basic understanding of this, but if not, just kind of go do what you can do. And then once we turn around, we're going to lift it up into a throw and catch. So again, it's just going to be here, launch, catch. 10 times. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You'll notice 9. And 10. You notice this seems a little bit like this one, except there's less of a turn. Like this one, I'm throwing it as I turn, whereas that one, I'm throwing it at the end of the turn. There's different reasons why you would want to do that, but try playing between both of those. Okay, now I said we were going to do a little bit of quadrant work, and that's true. I just kind of wanted to get a couple warm-ups. So now what we're going to do is it's kind of like we're doing a figure eight, except we're by our hips, like so. So we're going to go behind the hip, in front, over behind the same side shoulder. So bottom left hip, we're doing a figure eight, pull it to the front, and we're going to dip behind the right shoulder, pull it to the front. And we'll just start with that. So let's do that. So here, circle, 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 circle. That's one. And go. 1, 2. Now the cool thing about this, 3. If you let your wrist really light, like a belt, you can really flick it, almost like you're flicking off water as you come forward. I cannot talk today. As you come forward, that light motion should allow you to snap it every time it moves to the center. 3, 4, 5. I'll go slowly. 6. Now we'll keep it loose. 7, 8. Just don't hit yourself in the head. 9 and 10. Now this time what we're going to do is we're going to slash behind again. But this time as we slash behind, we're going to turn all the way around, pull it up, and slash down. So again, it's going to be here. So it's kind of like we're doing a figure eight. But as it comes behind here, I'm going to step towards it. And it's almost like we're doing the circular spin. Remember that one? So it's going to be here. We're crossing over, stepping, pulling it up to our shoulder, and slashing down. So it'll look like this. Okay, here we go. 1. I'm going to go a little bit slower just so you guys can follow along. 2. So it's going to slash behind. Up, slash. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. All right, we're gonna go with the left hand now. Now, there's 2 different ways that you can handle the left hand. One is you work really hard to mirror the same moves as your right. That is a common flow thing that a lot of people do. I personally am not for that though. I'm just letting you know. I personally like teaching my left hand new tricks and my right hand other tricks unless I'm doing footwork. If I'm doing footwork, then I learn them on both hands because you have to be able to reverse it. But otherwise, if my left hand has its own set of tricks and my right hand has its own set of tricks, usually what that means is as I switch my hands, I have a whole new skill set of different moves that I can do. Sorry. It is so fun. This whole dentist thing is hilarious. So this time what we're going to do is we're going to do a figure eight, but it's going to be kind of it's going to be on the same side. So left hand, in the front it's going to be going counterclockwise, and in the back it'll be going the same direction like this, okay? So that's going to be the first part. And what we're going to do is as soon as it goes to the front, we're just going to kind of do this spin, and let me show you how it works. What happens is right now we're doing a hip reel by our hips, right? So it's kind of like a figure eight that we pulled down by our hips, and we're keeping the bottom part facing upwards. Now, as soon as we go to the front of this, it's going to turn into a regular figure eight as we go to spin around. Now, as we finish, as I spin back to the back of my, to the back side, I'm actually going to carry it down, and it's going to be kind of like a hip reel that's happening, but I'm facing the opposite direction. But it's only going to do that so long as to get a motion behind me, and as that motion comes behind me, I'll pull it back to the front. So altogether, it'll look like this. Here, 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 here. So again, very slowly, back, forward. And this is a nice little just carry along move. I'll do it slow a few times so you can kind of see. The whole time I'm just doing this. And if you want to break it off into little pieces, think of it like the ability to switch between a front and a back is all we're doing. So if we're going forward here, as I turn 180 degrees, we're going reverse here. And I'm connecting those 2 points together, and that's what creates it. So all in all, there we go. You can use something cool with the other hand too. So 1. Getting a little fancy here. Oh man, my face. 2. 3. All right, I fudged that one. 4. 5. I'm just adding an extra 1. You can do that too. As I finish my spin, I'm just kind of pulling it behind. I'm doing a beat that's like, I'm making a big loop that circles behind my back, and I'm letting the chuck spin 1 time around. It's not necessary, I just like the way it looks. Okay, 6. 7. 8. Oops. 9. And 10. Great. So we got a little bit of left, we got a little bit of right. Let's go ahead and do one more left-handed. Let's do both, actually. I think that'll be good. We're gonna do a hip reel again, doing one of these big bad boys. But as it comes to the front, we're gonna cross grab. So whoosh, whoosh, cross grab. From here, it's gonna be like a rip. I'm gonna use my left hand, which was originally grabbing it, to push it to where my right hand is going counterclockwise, and we're gonna go this direction. Boom. And all we're gonna do from here is we're gonna do a hip reel from the right hand now. It's going the opposite direction, you know, because it needs to keep flowing. But then we're gonna pull it up to our shoulder. So here to the shoulder. So this is somewhat like a reverse figure 8, except for we're pulling it across the points of our shoulder and our hips. Once we pull it across our shoulder, we're gonna reach over and grab it like so. So again, let's just start with this. Here, cross grab, reversing it this direction. We're not doing this for a long time, just so you can get the feel for it. And the moment your chuck is behind you, you're gonna pull it up by your shoulder, and when it comes in front, you're gonna kind of just pass it back to this side. And we'll just stop it with that for now. There's more to it, but let's just go to that. So just to keep it simple. So here, or you know, just so we don't have a 50 hit combo. Here, 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 grab. And we'll just keep it into a rotor pass. So again, here. So we're doing the hip reel to the cross grab, hip, shoulder, here, back to the hip reel, or into the rotor pass, sorry. 1. 2. 3. 4. Oh, by the way, obviously, if you don't know or if you can't do it, do your best or make it up. If you can do this, just make it more advanced. 4. Hope that's right. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Now obviously, if you're doing the rotor pass and you grabbed it over hand grip instead of underhand grip, if you grabbed it over hand grip, so you're gonna have to kind of hold your hand out like this and wait for it to come, then you can almost rip it right back into position. So this could be the infinite way that you could do this motion. You have to make it an overhand grip though, because if you're an underhand grip, well, you could do this. You just have to kind of feel like an underhand grip has a different mechanism when you're doing hip reels, and you have to be really careful because this now gets in the way. Like it can get in the way and you can accidentally not stab yourself, but as you're moving your hand back and forth, this thing could kind of move the whole chuck motion. So in reverse grip, it's more important to have this, to be very aware of this stick. Now there's another thing about reverse grip. A lot of people don't realize reverse grip, because it's not done that much, is a fantastic grip. Because of that, it allows you to have more control over what you can do with this thing in terms of just visual, because we're almost holding it like a stick now. They're almost like Kali sticks, whereas this, we have much less control. So when you want to play around, this is why I was talking about like all the cool things you can do. The last video we did with Patreon, all the cool things in the back grip, because it allows you to grab and control the top of the stick, but it can also get in your way. So it's pros and cons. Well, I hope this helps. My mouth is starting to flare up. I think I'm talking too much and the Novocaine is wearing off. But I hope this helps. And if you have any questions at all, or any comments or suggestions or recommendations, please get a hold of me. You guys are awesome. And I will talk to you all soon.